Germany currently does not operate any overseas naval bases, except for its partial involvement in the Djibouti naval base. Given the growing geopolitical significance of the Indo-Pacific region and Germany's increasing engagement there, discussions have emerged about establishing a dedicated naval base. This idea was notably proposed by CDU Chancellor candidate Friedrich Merz during his foreign policy keynote speech in January 2025.
Our partners in the Indo-Pacific also need a clear signal that our presence there is not limited to the occasional passage of a frigate. Japan, India, Australia, New Zealand, our allies in this strategically vital region must know that we are committed to actively supporting stability and freedom. That is why I propose the establishment of a permanent European naval base in the Indo-Pacific.
The Indo-Pacific is among the world's most economically dynamic regions, accounting for over 60% of global GDP and serving as the EU's second largest market. A German naval presence could contribute to the security of critical maritime trade routes essential for international commerce. A permanent presence would deepen Germany's relationships with key regional partners such as Australia, India, Japan and South Korea. A German naval base could reaffirm Germany's commitment to upholding international law and supporting a rules-based global order in the region. A dedicated base would improve logistical support for German naval units, enhancing response capabilities in the region. Germany's presence would demonstrate its commitment and responsibility in global security matters. Establishing and maintaining an overseas base would entail significant financial expenditures. A German military base could be perceived as a provocation by regional actors, particularly China, potentially escalating tensions. The Indo-Pacific region is characterized by power rivalries, especially between the US and China. A German base would need to navigate this complex geopolitical landscape, potentially impacting Germany's relationships with these major powers. Beyond initial construction costs, long-term expenses for personnel, operations and maintenance must be considered. Additionally, investments in the host nation's infrastructure might be necessary. Notably, current political discussions in Germany include plans to amend the constitution to allow for increased military spending through new debt. This development could influence the feasibility of funding an overseas naval base. Several European nations, such as France and the United Kingdom, maintain military facilities in the Indo-Pacific. France has overseas territories in the region with permanent bases, while the UK has recently increased its military presence. These countries justify their presence through historical ties and strategic interests. In August 2021, the German Navy deployed the frigate Bayern to the Indo-Pacific to secure freedom of navigation and strengthen partnerships. The mission included visits to Australia and an initially planned port call in China, which was not approved. In September 2024, the frigate Baden-Württemberg and supply ship Frankfurt am Main transited the Taiwan Strait, marking Germany's first military passage through these waters in 20 years. This operation underscored Germany's commitment to freedom of navigation in international waters. When selecting a suitable location for a German naval base in the Indo-Pacific, several criteria should be considered. Proximity to vital sea trade routes and potential operational areas. A stable political environment in the host country is essential for the long-term operation of a base. Availability of established port facilities and logistical support could reduce the costs and efforts associated with establishing a new base. Potential locations could include countries like Australia, Singapore or India, which already maintain close relations with Germany and possess suitable infrastructures. The F-125 class frigates, also known as the Baden-Württemberg class, were designed for long-duration deployments. They can remain in the operational area for up to 2 years without returning to their home port, achieving an average operational duration of 5,000 sea hours per year. This intensive usability is facilitated by the reduced crew size of 120 personnel and a rotation principle with multiple crews. However, in September 2024, the German Navy announced the suspension of the crew rotation system for the F-125 class frigates, opting instead for fixed crews to enhance operational effectiveness. Despite these capabilities, certain situations, such as the need for rearmament or extensive maintenance, might still require support from local naval bases. Establishing a German naval base in the Indo-Pacific could offer strategic advantages but also presents significant financial and political challenges. The recent political development regarding increased defense spending through new debt could impact the feasibility of such a project. Given the operational capabilities of Germany's F-125 class frigates, a permanent base might not be essential but could provide logistical support in specific scenarios. While Germany currently has no overseas naval bases apart from its shared involvement in Djibouti, the discussion about a potential base in the Indo-Pacific highlights the region's growing importance for German foreign and security policy.